Well, it's minus 33 degrees Celsius here at the Rylee Ranch. The sun is shining, it's freaking cold, and we're bringing in 1,500 pounds of potatoes to feed the animals. These potatoes came from a processing plant. They're not rotten, but they're too old and they've started sprouting. Now, when potatoes sit too long in your basement or in a warehouse, they start sprouting these little sprouts. Why? Because they're trying to grow a new plant. Now, in Canada, where we live in the winter, it hits minus 30 degrees in January and February. So it's extremely cold. So fresh greens are really, really expensive. And this time of the year, hay gets really hard to find and expensive. So we use things like old root vegetables like potatoes to supplement their feed until the hay becomes more available and things get more cheap. Right, Raya? It's an expensive place to run here at the Rylee Ranch. Now, we had a massive, massive blizzard yesterday. We got almost 40 centimeters of snow. It's in the minus 30s. The sun is shining, so it's actually a beautiful day. It feels warm. I don't even need gloves in minus 30. But we got so much snow. And there's a reason we have a Bernese Mountain Dog and not Chihuahuas here at the Rylee Ranch. Well, we need dogs that can keep up with the winter, right, Raya? Now, you think about all the animals we have here at the Rylee Ranch, and a hay bale like this can go anywhere from $100 to $160. And the cow alone can eat one of these in about 3 to 4 weeks. Then you got the llama, then you got the alpaca, then you got the goats, and then you got to add all the feed for the birds. It starts getting really expensive, especially in the winter when there's no grass and there's no leaves. Now, in cold temperatures, animals and humans burn way more calories, especially when you're working on pulling potatoes through the field. Now, starches like potatoes provide quick energy for things like Abigail, the horse, the llama, the alpaca. You guys, come on in. It's time to have a little snack. So instead of these places throwing these potatoes out or other food, we use them to subsidize their food here at the Rylee Ranch. Because Abigail eats a lot of food. And in order to do what we need to do with the animals and take care of them, sometimes Abigail needs some variety in her diet. And we don't like wasting here at the Rylee Ranch. Now, you gotta remember, this is additional to their normal feed. And not everybody's gonna get the potatoes. You guys, we have your own food. Now, I know people say when they watch my videos, oh my gosh, +2, -1, -3, that's so cold. Well, it's minus 30 here. See this? My beard is literally freezing. It's actually a beautiful day. The sun is shining. I don't feel the heat, but it's shining. Some of you in my comments in my previous videos were laughing that I was talking about how spring is coming. Well, spring is never coming. It's winter every day. And see this? All my big animals are enjoying some potatoes in the sun. Abigail, do not be rude. You need to share it with everyone. Now, what about the sprouts? Well, sprouted potatoes contain higher levels of solanine. This is a natural plant compound. Now, also with these potatoes, we're going to remove the green ones, but these potatoes were actually stored really good, so there are no green potatoes, so that's not an issue. But here's the thing. If there's a lot of sprouts in the potatoes, you got to feed them in moderation, or we're just going to remove the sprouts so there's less of that compound, and then you get a good old potato. And then you got to think, so all these sprouts we're removing, we have this giant compost land at the Rylee Ranch where we put things like sprouts and all the lemons and oranges and limes and avocados and a lot of the food we have that, you know, some of the animals can't eat. And then in the spring and summer, there's like massive eruption of plants there that grow. It's like this crazy area full of weird fruits and veggies that would never grow where we live, but they're growing because there's so many seeds and sprouts and stuff. And then what happens, they all die in the winter. Our compost heats up and it gets filled with straw and chicken manure and more food constantly being added to it that the animals don't eat. And then underneath, there's a huge civilization of mice and snakes. And then in the spring, you should see the mice and the snakes that come out of there. Like, we are creating this massive underground village of animals. You have no idea. And just remember, this is a supplement, not their whole meal. You don't want to eat just potatoes for dinner. And look at all the snow that came down, and everybody is waiting for some food. You guys, I know you had some hay, but I got some new stuff for you. See, and then you bring in some potatoes, some bread, some bananas. All the goats start coming in, have some food. You guys fill up, have a nice lunch, save me some money. Maple, that's a big bite. Enjoy your lunch, everybody. Gosh, takes a lot of work to pull the food in and a lot less work to pull the empty sled out. You guys, you cause a lot of work here at the Rylee Ranch. Gosh, it is beautiful. And it's important we always check in with our 900-pound pig, Merida. Merida, hope you enjoyed potatoes with some bread and lettuce. Have a good day, Merida.